So in those cases, you'd want to flip it around, because some of them, like, it has a triad like that, and you have to draw it, because it'll ask you, like, where's the center of mass in X, Y, Z coordinates, and if your triad's the wrong way, it's not the same. And on the assemblies especially, it'll do that. They'll have the triad some weird way, or instead of being this way, it's that way. And if you do it the wrong way, now you're going positive X instead of negative X, everything's off. So you have to pay attention to, if you see that little triad on their drawing, make sure you draw it so it matches. But in this case, they don't, so it doesn't matter. And then here's my ABC dimensions, and then my part material. So where do I set that here in SolidWorks? Yeah, right here where it says material. I just click there, right click. Oh, look, copper. And then if I go to edit material, it'll come up, and I can see that, yes, the density is 0.89. Why is it 8,900 versus, yeah, because here it's kilograms per meter cube, per cubic meter, and here it's grams per cubic millimeter. So the units are different, but you can see they're both 8,9, 8,9, it's the same. It's one of the good things about metric is that even though your unit is off, it's still just gonna be a multiple of 10 off. If I was in Fusion, how would I change that material? Yeah, go to modify, manage materials, and then go into metals, copper. If I double click on it and go to physical, I can see that it's 894. It's a little bit more exact, and actually here, depending on which type of copper you pick, there it is. The copper alloy goes down to 9.2. The regular one is 9.4. You can click add to favorites and edit. One. There we go. And now I can go in and change that just to be 8.9. So now it's exact. Now it's the same as the question. Okay? And Inventor, it's from the top pull down. You can go down and edit materials and grab it there. Okay? So in SolidWorks, you can set the material first. In Inventor, you can set it first, but I usually wait till the end. In Fusion, you have to set it last because you have to have the thing drawn before you can apply the material to it. So now I need to get started. What do I do? Yeah, draw a rectangle 63 by 50 by 100, right? D was the 50. And 63. So draw my box here. Now what? What do I do next? This? Yeah, might as well. So extrude cut there. Rectangle, start at that corner, go that way. dimension 15 by 40. Cut that out. Actually, is that only 40? Oh yeah, that's going that way, it's 40, right? And so now I might as well do this 12 by 50 cut. Extrude cut, right there. Convert entities. $50 by 12. Make that cut. So those two sketches were basically exactly the same, right? Rectangle, 2 dimensions, done. There was no point to stop and wait and kind of take your time on them. Just get it done. Now what? What? I can't hear. The one on the right side? Yeah, might as well. So do this thing. Extrude cut. There. Line. There. There. So just draw a line down. Arc. There. To there. To there. And then use that line, that arc, tangent. Where's the center point need to be? On this edge, right? So grab the center point, grab the edge, coincident. Or draw what you need, add your constraints. And now I can just go in and dimension. This thing is, that's a radius of 20. Oh, gave me a conflict when I did that. What's happening? Yeah, because when I drew it from down, I drew it on the midpoint. So I'm just going to delete that midpoint constraint. And then I'm just going to bring it up to that line. So I'm just going to pick that point, go away. I'm going to pick the point, pick the line, and coincident, not midpoint. And now it's better. And then where's that center point? It is 35 up. So dimension the point to the line, 35. Finish. And it's going to go back 9. There we go. Okay. Draw just what you need. In SolidWorks, if you don't have a closed profile, so like that profile, I didn't have it closed, I could pick which direction. See the arrow here? I can pick which side I'm cutting away. I could have also just converted these two edges and then had a closed profile. That might have been a little easier either way. So in SolidWorks, you have the option, if you don't have a closed profile, to tell which side you're going to cut off. If you want to keep it consistent, convert those edges so that way you've got a closed profile. What? Construction line isn't a closed, what doesn't count for the profile. So get that. Now what? So this one down here? Yeah. What? The hole? I usually like to wait holes later. I like to do the majority of the outside of the part, and then I'll do holes and then fillets and chamfers and stuff like that. That's kind of my process, is big stuff first, easier things later. unless that hole is needed for a base point for something else, then I'll do the hole earlier. So you said do this. Yeah, might as well. So flip it around to this side. Again, a line from here to this. I'm going to make sure I'm not on that midpoint. And that point is on the edge again. And that's 35 up. Okay, so if I wanted to make that a closed profile, I could pick these two edges, convert them, and then trim off the extra. So now I've got a closed shape. So now when I go to extrude, oops, I guess I didn't grab it. There we go. So now it's closed. You can see it's shaded in. So now when I go to extrude, it automatically grabs. And that's going to go how far? 42. It's going to go 8 from the front, right? So I'm going to say offset from surface, that surface, 8. Because remember, this is where you want your constraints to work. Because the next question on the test might say change B from 50 to 70. If you had said 43, that's going to stay 43. It's not going to stay 8 from that other face. So use the things that you're given. The dimension says 8 from that front face. Don't do the math. Put it in. Okay, does that make sense? Or do the math using those values. So I could do equals yeah. I could pull up the number, and we'll talk more about that. But I could pull up the number, the description of what that dimension is, and then plug that in so it automatically go. But it's easier to do it with the offset from face. Inventor doesn't have that offset from surface option, but I could make a work plane right there also, right? I could make a work plane, offset from that face, and then extrude to the work plane. And in Fusion, there is an option to pick the face and then offset on offset from. On the up to, you can pick it and then give it an offset, either positive or negative. We got that. Now what? These things? Yeah, might as well. But you're going to see an issue right here. Actually, which I do need to go from that side. It is centered, so I will convert that edge. Yeah, it's centered right there, right? It's a radius of 25. So diameter 50. And so in SolidWorks, I can pick those. Okay. I want to extrude cut. $13. I've now got this other stuff out here I need to deal with also, but extrude cut again here, circle. $8. And actually on that, I should probably just say up to surface there. Ooh. Oh, because I went all the way out. We'll just go there. No, because it's, yeah, that's picking everything. So I need, come on, edit. Oh, I am in a discussion. So if I convert that edge, oh, it did. Oh, it needed to go to there, but extrude cut. Those two things, and it's going to go up to this surface. There you go. Without picking that, it was going out and picking everything. Now extrude cut here. Convert that edge. And now I can do circle from here out. So that circle and that circle to be coincident. And here's where I'll go in and I'll actually convert those and then trim off the stuff I don't need. That way I make sure I get just that. Finish. Finish. And cut that back out. Okay. Does that make sense? So in that case, I did want to make sure that I had that complete close profile. So I didn't have to try and guess about where it was gonna cut and stuff. What, did you do this side first and then that side?
No, I didn't do the big holes.
You didn't. You did that first one first and then you did the holes.
Yeah.
Either way, that would work also. It doesn't. So let's see. I can do that, and then from there, extrude cut there. Oh no, because I don't know where that. So yeah, so I can just draw a line from here up, and then convert those. And then trim off that little piece down there. There we go. So I'll cut that out first. And now come on, go away. That's going to be 50 there. So we can go through and just cut that one out. Now we've got this piece still here though, we have to cut out. Ah, crap. Needs to be an extrude cut. Cut. And I can go in and rebuild those things. This is one thing to watch out in SolidWorks is that you do need to either have it completely open or completely closed. You can't have it kind of in between because it'll try and figure out what to do, and sometimes it does stuff wrong. So it's supposed to go 5 from there. And now we go here. So you can build it out that way too. This is probably the way that I would do it, is I'd do that and then work myself back out. And then now it's just doing this. So that's going to be a chamfer. And it's going to be a distance and an angle. And we're going to flip the direction. So we can go down 18 and over 20. And then now it's just down to holes. Remember in SolidWorks, hole wizard first, positions, and then you click on a face, put it in the center of your hole, and then you can add in your dimensions or your constraints or whatever. Oh, no, it's from the front hole, front edge. 30 and 9, and then go back to type and edit your size. That's a diameter of 10 through all. Okay. Hole wizard, face or positions, face, click, dimension 10, and it's lined up with the center of this. And so constrain it so the That point is horizontal from the center, right? The tangent point, the center of it's right here, straight in line with it. So I can just do that. Or I'm gonna draw a line from the center over. Just that's easier to get to. And there we go. Oh, I forgot one thing. What'd I forget?
The bottom.
Yeah, this thing right here. Yeah. So extrude cut here. Make sure I don't grab the center point or the midpoint. Just get 2 lines in there. And now I can tell it this point to there, 15. From that point to that point, it's 40. That's 45. That's 20. Finish. Flip the side to cut all the way through. And now add my fillet. Okay. Or if you don't know the center point, if the sketch doesn't include the center point of the fillet, draw a square. You can draw a square with a sharp corner, do that, and then add the fillet. Don't try and do the fillet in the sketch. That means you have one more object you have to worry about making tangent and all that stuff. Keep it simple. Questions? So I probably trying to get this part done. There's probably some stuff I could have done better. Probably could have known, okay, that's gonna go all the way through, and included that into my first sketch of back here. So instead of having to do, oh, what the heck? Great. There you go. That was weird. That was really weird. So there was. So I know that this should come over more, but it's really only going to be down here somewhere. I know this part up here is going to be gone. I should have just. Where's that? Should have made it where there. Now it's just one sketch and that's gone. So by changing that sketch, now I get rid of that little piece that's stuck up there. I know it's going to be gone from there, so we add that sketch. Okay, so kind of use that while you're doing this. go through, do it, and then look back at it and okay, how could I have done that better? So I just did that 3 different ways, right? Now I know this is a better way. Next time, if I have something like this, I should do this kind of thing. Okay. For you guys, you're going to be doing it 3 times. Make the adjustments as you go. Okay. Does that make sense? I will let you go.